Turkey is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. But I guess you've heard about the extreme inflation rate, or maybe you know the fact that this here, 100 Turkish lira bill 10 years ago was worth about 40 euros, yet today it's worth about 5. So things really change fast. But it doesn't matter if you're here for a week holiday or want to stay for a longer time, because in this video we have created a complete guide of all the prices you need to know if you want to visit Turkey.
Got one! We are Joe and Liisu, and for the past 1 month we have been traveling around Turkey.
And every month we kind of do our expenses, we put it all together, and when we were calculating how much have we spent in Turkey, we were quite shocked. And inspired by those numbers, we decided that today in this video we're gonna talk how expensive is this country.
From food to accommodation to even plastic surgery.
Why are you looking at me?
Because I'm not the one who got plastic surgery. And during all of this discussion we will also share what we personally spent, and
pretty much in the end of this video we decided that we want to share with you how do we make money, how is it possible that 2 unemployed YouTubers travel like us, because isn't it just lovely looking into other people's wallets.
And the first thing that we want to talk about is something that everybody can relate to.
And our food topic, we have made it into like 2 parts. One of them is gonna be eating outside restaurants, and the other is supermarkets and markets. I have to say that if you come to Turkey as a tourist, if you earn your money in euros or dollars, then the prices in the stores are gonna seem to you a fair bit cheaper. And to give you some examples, let's say milk is gonna cost you 80 euro cents per liter.
Bread is quite cheap in Turkey, so it's gonna be like 25 euro cents.
Eggs, a 12 pack is like 1.3 euros.
Onions are like 30 euro cents. Apples about 70.
A kilo of cheese is gonna be like 5 euros. Coca-Cola.
Very important.
Because you can relate to it probably. And I'm addicted. Is 1 euro for a 2.5 liter bottle. So how much did we spend in supermarkets and markets this month? Our accountant says
137 euros.
And now to the second part of the food culture, and that's eating out. I'm sure you've heard about Turkish food, and Turkish restaurants are known all over the world. It's the same in here. I don't think I've seen another country where like there's so many restaurants. They're literally everywhere.
For the past month we ate out about 25 times, which is like 6 days out of 7, and spent about 200 euros on eating out.
And talking more closely about the prices of eating out, then regular street food you can get,
which is really good, and we haven't gotten sick not even once from street food. Street food is good. Eat street food.
Regular street food is gonna be about like 1.5 to 2.5 euros for a belly full. Then a mid-range restaurant, like a cheaper, more local place, I would say that both of us have a good belly full, which for us means soup and a main course for me, and a main course for Liisu, and usually 2 cups of iron or some kind of a drink.
And 2 teas. Always 2 teas.
And 2 teas in end. And they're gonna be from 6 to like 7 euros for 2 people. Nicer places, 2 people can get dinner for 10 euros. 10 euros. And it includes dessert usually.
And a really, really nice place.
We've had like one luxury place.
I don't remember what was the luxury place, but it cost 15 euros.
That was the Iskender place you loved so much.
Oh, I remember. The Iskender place.
That's the place where Liisu's favorite food was invented. And to give you one more comparison, then Big Mac meal or a similar thing in Burger King is gonna cost here like 4 euros. And it might sound like it's cheap, right? But the thing is that if you take Turkish minimum hourly wage, then people would have to work 2.5, 3 hours for one McDonald's meal. And
If it was the same in Germany or the States, the Big Mac meal would cost 30 euros or $30. That's so expensive.
so it's a luxury in here, and this just shows that although for us as tourists it might seem that it's cheap, then not in here. Just the inflation has done its job in a worst way possible.
By the way, if you come here with euros and dollars, as we mentioned, it's cheaper, but you're still gonna have to exchange them, and the best way to exchange them is what we use ourselves is Wise.
Don't worry, this video is not sponsored by Wise. It's just our own experience that with them it's cheaper than banks, and like the exchange rate is much better than what you get on the street. And I think thanks to the fact that we've been using Wise for so long, they have this inviting program, and if you use that link down there you get like a first transfer of like 500 British pounds or dollars or something for free. So if you need to exchange currency, you can check out that link over there, but no pressure, it's not sponsored, nothing like this. But moving on, and next thing we should talk about is the price of accommodation. And for us, accountant,
0.
how's that possible? We'll tell you in a few seconds.
For years, Turkey has been one of the top 10 countries visited every year in the world. And if you come here as a tourist, these are the prices that you should be ready for.
I know many tourists come here for a resort all-inclusive holiday, and in that traveling style, low-end prices start from about $50 to $60 a night in a resort.
All inclusive.
All inclusive. Mid-range in all inclusive stuff is probably like $100, and if you want real luxury, then about $200 a night. But if you're more adventurous and don't really want to only stay in one place, only in a resort, and want to travel between cities, then the prices are going to be different. Low end,
like 20 to 35 euros per night in an Airbnb or a cheaper hotel.
and luxury already starts from like 100, something like this. So that's short term.
But if you're thinking of coming here for a longer term doing remote work or something like this, then there are good options.
Monthly rent, that's from Airbnb actually. And in Istanbul and, for example, Antalya, you can get a decent apartment between 300 and 500 euros a month.
And from 800 you can already get a luxury apartment.
That's luxury, yeah. If you want to come with a whole family, have a nice place, then like 800 euros a month is a real luxury.
Yeah. If you go to smaller cities, then the apartments are going to be a lot cheaper. Like 100 to 200 euros is something that you can actually rent for a whole month, an apartment.
But how did we only spend nothing on accommodation?
because we live in our car. And that actually comes with other expenses.
Our home likes to drink diesel. And compared to when I was in Turkey last summer, diesel price in liras has gone up 4 times. So that's quite scary.
That's a 4-time rise.
Yeah, but when you put it in euros, then a liter of diesel is gonna cost you about 1.4, 139, something like this. So it's still like 30-40% cheaper than in European Union.
We spent 182 euros on diesel. And since our home is always moving around, it needs fixing.
So we also went to a car mechanic. You might have seen that video over there, and like fixing the whole thing cost us 180. So our home costs have been 362 euros this month. So pretty much our caravan has cost us the same as a average rent would have.
Here.
So far we have talked about where to sleep, what to eat, and what else would people want to know before coming to a new country?
As a doctor, I recommend not to spend your money on alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs. Bars, I meant bars. Bars.
So, how much does a beer cost here in Turkey?
If you buy it from a store, it's something between 1.5 and 2.5 euros. So it's not cheap and the selection is really narrow.
Mhm.
But if you go out, if you go to a bar, then it's gonna be from 2.5 euros to 5 euros.
It's funny actually, because yeah, when you buy it from a store, it's more expensive than in Europe. But if you go to a bar, it's like twice as cheap. Cigarettes. I'm actually quitting nicotine at the moment, so I haven't bought a single pack myself. These are nicotine gums. But Google says that a pack of Marlboro is gonna cost you about 1.5 euros.
Doctor not approved.
And I guess we've bought one bottle of wine while we've stayed in Turkey, and that cost us about 6 euros.
We bought wine.
She doesn't remember. She had most of it. But yeah, mid-range wine is from like 6 to 8 euros.
If you have drunk too much and smoked too much, you're gonna need healthcare. Healthcare here is public and it's free for people who live here, which is excellent. And if you are a foreigner that gets into a really bad accident, then it's also gonna be covered for you, which is a good thing.
I think it's pretty cool that yeah, if you have a bad accident, then it's gonna be free for everybody. Emergencies are free in Turkey. And how much has been our budget for healthcare this month?
Well, we were hoping it's gonna be zero, but this guy here needed plastic surgery, so
It's a bad joke, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm doing this. If you've seen the hammam video, then on the back they damaged one of like birthmark thingies or a mole thingies, and after it was damaged it just started growing. It was disgusting and we had to get it removed surgically. And we did it in Ankara. We went to a plastic surgeon and the operation, the whole thing cost us
59 euros was the mole removal surgery.
So it's actually coming more and more common for Americans, Europeans to come to Turkey for
procedures, let's say procedures, hair transplants, I don't know, boob jobs.
Yeah, medical, healthcare,
aesthetic,
tourists.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people do it now, and for us it was a really pleasant experience.
And after we got Joe's mole removed, he needed some uplifting.
So as a last thing, before we show you our own income and how we make money in social media, we're gonna talk about entertainment.
We spent 54 euros this month.
And how much of it was Topkapi Palace?
Half of it Topkapi Palace, and other really touristic things are quite expensive.
There are a few really touristic places around Turkey, and that these are gonna be expensive. But if it's entertainment that locals also do, like going to the cinema, costs 2.5-3 euros. When in Eskişehir here we went to a zoo that was 1 euro per person. And for example in Istanbul we took the river cruise that was for hours and it cost
3 euros.
So if you do the things that locals do and locals enjoy as well, then it's gonna be quite affordable.
And all the lovely mosques, they are free. Yeah. And if we add all of those numbers together, our expenses were shocking.
We were quite shocked to see the final number that in a whole month, for 2 people, we spent 980 euros.
So that's like 490 per person, which is pretty nice because we were living a similar lifestyle in Spain a year ago and that cost us over 2,000 euros.
Actually, the life we live here in Turkey is better. We eat out more, we spend more on entertainment, so we get to have a much higher quality lifestyle in Turkey, and we paid more than double in Spain. But I just have to stop here for a moment, and it might seem that Turkey is a cheap country, but this is sadly like this only for tourists, only if you earn money in euros, dollars, other currencies. Turkish economy, Turkish lira has weakened a lot over the last years, and the average salary, not the minimum salary, average salary for Turkish people is about 450, a little bit over, euros. So if you take 2 average salaries, you couldn't cover our budget.
And we don't actually pay rent, we live in a car.
To make it even more obvious, then I found this beautiful website. I'm gonna put it over Liisu's face. And as you can see from there, then although in liras, in 2016 Turkish minimum salary was this, and now Turkish minimum salary is this, then if you convert it into dollars, then in 6 years the minimum salary of Turkish people has actually decreased about 30%. And at the same time, currently the inflation rate is 80%, so the prices are going officially, yeah, the prices are going up so fast, and just the buying power of locals has fallen a lot. And I feel sorry for Turkish people that they can't afford to travel themselves anymore, and it's harder and harder for them to make ends meet. But nevertheless, what makes our experience even more incredible is that Turks are still kind, they're still welcoming, and things like this happen. For example, going into a random village store, they gave us free things although we wanted to pay, and it just shows the kindness of Turks, that in this country money doesn't come first. For the locals, there's things that are much more important than money, and it just makes us feel privileged, makes us feel happy to be part of it, and just reminds us that we are lucky that our currency, our economy is stronger in that sense, and we can afford a lifestyle like this.
And talking about affording a lifestyle, how can we do it? We're unemployed, we do travel videos.
We earn a little bit of money from YouTube and those videos, and it's all because of you, because you are watching over there, and that's why we decided that we want to be transparent. We want you to know how we make money, because actually you make us money, you over there. With every view, with every like, with every comment, you're helping us to create those videos, and we want to thank you for this.
So our biggest revenue source this month was YouTube ads, which was 330 euros.
Yeah, in September we made 330 euros because you are watching the commercials at the beginning of the video.
Super annoying, right?
I know they're annoying, but they are our biggest income. So literally at the beginning of the video, every time you watch an ad, we earn like a microscopic amount of money. And the thing is that the longer you watch this ad, the more money we earn, and if you click on it, we earn more as well.
But it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, you don't have to do it. We're already grateful that you're here watching this video, but yeah, if you want to support it, you can sometimes just click on it. And although our main revenue is those ads, then I just wanted to assure you that there won't be any ads in the middle of the videos now, or probably never.
Nothing should get in the middle of our adventuring. And our second revenue stream are actually for people that are supporting us on Patreons. Big thank you to you.
It's just a beautiful feeling knowing that there's 4 people out there who are willing to support us every month for us to create those videos, and they've become our friends. Like, it's really a blessing having this small group of people that we can discuss things with and share our stories even more than on this YouTube. And if you want to know more about it, then it's again in the description is our Patreon page. So altogether in social media in September we made 360 euros, minus about 60 euros for internet to upload those videos and to be able to do it, minus about 25 euros for this music, and those beautiful B-roll clips. So our profit from social media was 275 euros. It's a little bit less than Turkish minimum salary.
But we are still really grateful that making those videos is earning us even this little money.
It's really like a dream to us that we get to take you along with us on those journeys, show you cultures, foods, people, beyond politics, show you how people really live, what they think about. And although mostly we still live off our savings and do it due to the fact that a year ago we worked really hard, then it's a nice feeling to know that by now almost 20,000 of you have subscribed to this channel and are supporting us on this journey, are traveling together with us, and it's just special. Thank you. It was an absolute pleasure having you today with us, and I really hope that you learned something new about this country.
And lastly, next week we're gonna go to the capital city of Turkey, Ankara.
We're gonna try its food, we're gonna wander its streets, and also visit the site that for many Turks is the most important place in a whole country. Until then, you can check out this playlist to see more of our Turkish adventures, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.